Hello everyone, it's Stamp Ventures with Shauna, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, Canada. Welcome to my Tuesday night tutorial. I'm going to be doing some multicolor heat embossing with you in just a short few minutes. So I'm just hopping on here and getting things set up with my iPad. I think I've got the link working. The sound is turned down so we don't have any feedback. And I think, we've got a few people who have been able to hop on. Hello and welcome. Welcome. Hi Brandy and all the others who are just jumping onto the video here. Good to see you tonight. While I'm waiting to get started, there are a couple things I will announce really quick. Do this before I forget. So this is the last month for our January through June mini catalog, and I think it was at like 1 o'clock this afternoon, Stampin' Up! Listed all the items that are discontinuing and also some of the things that are on sale. So they have discounted, I guess, some of the things that they probably have lots of. Some of them are really nice products from the spring, I always call it the spring mini, from this January through June catalog, like this beautiful ribbon, this pretty pink ribbon right there. Now what color is that? It's Blushing Bride. So that's actually still a current color, but they're not carrying it over into the, well, you could, if you've already got the annual catalog, you'll know that it's not carried over into the annual catalog, and it's on a really good deal. I think it's like half price, or yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's $4 and yeah, it's about half price, $4.13, something like that. So make sure you check out the items that are being discontinued and look to see which ones are discounted, because there are some really good deals. And right after I finish this live video, and in case you're wondering, it's about 9:12, 9:13 here in Saskatchewan. If it's that time for you, you're catching it live. If it's after that, you're catching the replay. But right after the live video here on Tuesday night, I'm going to be closing an order. So if there are some little things that you would like me to add on, and you get in the group shipping, which is 10%, they'd be ordered here to Moose Jaw, and I can add those to my order. So, well, hello to two gals whose names start with E, Emmy and Elaine. Hi gals, and hello to Brenda and a few others who have also hopped on. Good to see you this evening. What a beautiful day we've had. I enjoyed it so much out there today that I'm kind of running behind with my video. Not that I don't run behind with my videos in other times of the year too, but today was so beautiful. We got to swim outside, we got to eat supper outside, we just got to sit and relax, and the wind went down at the end of the day, which was just amazing. So I just loved it out there. Hello Lori, and hi to Glenda too. So besides the discontinued and some items discounted from the last chance list, the other thing that I have on my reminder list here is that the kids collection started today. And oh, Nicole, you're watching from the campsite. Isn't it a beautiful night? I wonder, do you have a fire going right now, or is it getting too late because maybe you guys have to get up to go to work in the morning? Or maybe you just have a quick little fire before you head out for head inside to sleep for the evening. Oh yeah, it's just so beautiful out there. I'm glad you can be enjoying it, Nicole. Nicole, I know you're interested in this for sure, because you've told me that you wanted to know more about the kits. Well, the kits collection launched today, and that's what these brown boxes are for. I was talking a little bit about them last night when I drew for some gilded gems. And I can show you these 3 kits that I have here, but I think that there's about 10 of them, and they're all the kits are kind of like while supplies last, but once they run out, they'll just keep introducing more kits. It's whatever is online is what's available, and the kits are perfect for people who are traveling and camping and going out to the lake, because they have everything that you need to do the projects. There's no scissors in them. I think that's about it. Everything else is in there. And even the ones with the stamps included, they even have a clear block with them. So you don't even have to remember to take a block with you. So I'll just hold this up so you can see that there's a block there. And yeah, and they have a little ink spot too. So absolutely everything that you need, super easy to take along anywhere, or if you're getting together with some girlfriends and you're each, working on a project or something, these are ideal. And some of our really popular paper pumpkin kits the designs of them are showing up in some of these kit collections. Now Stampin' Up! Is going to start adding other designs into the collections, but they're starting with something they know that people really love. And like I said, if they run out of them, they might come back again, so just keep checking. But this is the one that had the rubber boots on it. That was such a popular paper pumpkin kit, and so they brought that back in the kits collection, and you can, like I said, see all the designs online. So that's one that has stamps and a little ink spot with it. And I also got 2 of the kits that don't have stamps with them, just so you could see. Yeah, no stamping. You just assemble the pieces, put them together, and create the projects. Nicole says, no campfire tonight. Lots of walking and visiting tonight. Oh, that sounds wonderful, Nicole. Really, really nice. So you're visiting friends who are out at the lake? Probably, and you just, walking in such a beautiful weather. Hello to Brenda B. Got another Brenda on here. Okay, so here's another one here is one of the kits that has no stamping. The words are already pre-printed, and these beautiful butterfly cards. I have a feeling that this kit is going to be snapped up pretty quickly. Notes of Cheer card kit. So again, everything you need, and so great for traveling and taking along for holidays and whatnot. Oh, hi to Debbie. Hello. Here's another one, no stamping required. This one is called Precious Parcel Card Kit. And again, this was based on a very popular paper pumpkin kit from past years. And really pretty. It's got kind of a vintage look to it. So I just wanted to let you know about those kits. And Glenda's asking a question here. Will there always be a stamp block in each one of the stamped ones with stamps? Yes, Glenda. There will always be a stamp block. Reason being is that they're really trying to appeal to brand new stampers. So we could maybe make a deal. I could probably buy extra blocks off of you, because I also, Glenda, as you can see behind me here in this pile, I do keep a few extra paper pumpkin kits on hand, and I sell them at trade shows. Gee, what's a trade show? I don't know. We haven't been able to do those things lately, not for over a year. But when trade shows start back up, I will be selling my extra paper pumpkin kits, but they don't have blocks in them. So I always need to order extra of the little mini blocks. Well, they're not mini, they're thin blocks that come, or that you can buy them as, what I want to say, supply items on a demonstrator order. But if people have extras of these, we might be able to make a deal. I could buy them off of you, and I can use them for my trade shows. So yes, that's such a good question. They will always have a block with them. So, well, hello, Tracy, and a few others who have hopped on. Nicole, I want the butterflies. friends came tonight. Oh, family on the weekends. We are here till mid-June. That's so awesome. Okay, Nicole, like I said, I'm going to be putting in an order right after the video here. So I'm going to, where's the butterfly one? I'm going to open the butterfly box and I'm going to order that one for you right away because, like I said, these are only, they're while supplies last. They will, some of them will be replenished once, you know, they get more stock in. But I'll try to remember to order that, to order that tonight, right after I'm done the video. And for those of you who hopped on, I am also placing an order if you want any last chance item from the January through June mini catalog, and some of those items are discounted. Okay, so I'm going to get on with multicolor embossing, and I'll turn the camera down. I think, yeah, we're set to go, and yeah.
We'll get this on the move. So I'll cover up so I don't make you too dizzy here. Not all paper pumpkins have blocks. No, you're right, Brenda. Only the very first paper pumpkin kit has blocks, but all of these new craft kits have blocks. Well, not the ones without stamps, but all of this kits collection ones that do have stamps in them automatically come with a block. Because the kits collection is different. It's not a monthly subscription. It's you go on the website and you shop from the website and pick the ones you want. So I hope that made sense, Brenda. Yeah, it's probably, if you're just catching on to the conversation here, we've got two different kinds of kit programs now. We've got the Paper Pumpkin monthly ones, and then we've got the new kits collection that you just shop online and you pick what you want. And the nice thing about that is people know exactly what they're ordering, where with the Paper Pumpkin, it's a little bit of a surprise. So, yeah, okay, I'm going to plug in my headphones. So let's try this again. Okay, I'm a little bit late with this funny today, as it's June, and I have to keep reminding myself of that. Holy smokes. Wow, that's pretty much what our May was like. It went from summer to winter just within 2 days. Basically, that was our May right there. That's why it's called May. It may rain, it may snow, it may be 30 degrees or 2 degrees. And now May's done. We're into summer. And my husband said to me, you know, it's not really summer tonight. And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter if it's really summer or not. It feels like summer, so we're saying it's summer. It's all, it's how it feels. Okie doke. So what I'm going to be showing you tonight, oh, you've got a little bit of a Wi-Fi thing going on there. Yes, yeah. So yeah, I might be cutting in and out for you. I'm going to be showing you this cool multicolor embossing, and I did this for, it was an event for some Stampin' Up! Demonstrators in a variety of places across Canada. There were about 12 or 13 demonstrators, 13 including myself, I guess, that got together over Facebook on Saturday, and each of us demonstrator leaders did a video demonstrating different techniques, and mine was multicolor embossing. So I'm going to share that with you tonight. One of the projects anyways from it, the one with the butterflies. And my challenge for Mystery Card Monday this past week was an NSI challenge, a never seen ink challenge. That means find a stamp that has never seen ink and create a card with it. And so here's my confession. Up until this Saturday, or well, the day before, because I had to prepare a sample of the card, I had never used this stamp. And I say stamp because all of these butterflies are attached together and they are like one big background stamp. Here, I was going to open the case and show you, but I can't because it's not in the case. Here it is. It's in the Stamparatus. One big background stamp of butterflies, and they're beautiful. I just hadn't inked this up before. I'd used the dies a lot. Love the dies. There's the outline die, and then there's the dies that have all the details, and you can layer them, or you can just use one or the other. But yeah, hadn't shown any ink love to this, and so I thought I'd use it for the multicolor embossing, and it works really, really well. So I'm going to walk you through the steps of how I did this. Works best on the Stamparatus because you're going to be stamping it twice, once with color and then once with Versamark. And I find when I'm using the red rubber stamps that I get my very best impression when I put the silicone mat in my Stamparatus. It just shows all the detail better, gets more push, and just works out best for me. So I've got the silicone mat and then just one of the grid sheets that are cut, made for the size of our Stamparatus. And I'm going to ink the butterflies up with polished pink. That's one of our new in colors. And for those of you who are on my team and you saw me do this on Saturday, if you hang around, I'm going to try it with a different color combination after. So hang on, and maybe you'll see another look, just to give it a try with a new color combo. Okay, got that inked up really well with the polished pink. You can see that putting the stamp case underneath helps to keep the clear plastic. What would we call that? Yeah, the cover. No, it's not a cover. The flap, whatever. Yeah, keep the flap in level so that it's easy to put ink onto it. Now I've got Blackberry Bliss, really dark color, and I'm going to just put some Blackberry Bliss in a few places on the butterflies. And I'm not too worried that there's already pink ink on there because the Blackberry Bliss is so dark that it's not really going to do much to this ink pad. It's just really super dark, and the pink won't affect it as much. So that's why I always like to, when I'm doing this kind of a technique, I like to start with the lighter color first and then apply the dark color on top. And if you don't feel comfortable applying the color directly from the ink pad, you could juice up a little Stampin' Sponge really well and apply your color that way. You just want to make sure you get lots of ink on that. Okay, so I've got a quarter sheet of our basic white cardstock, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm going to line that up into the corner of the Stamparatus and do my first stamping. And I always make sure each time I stamp that it's lined up in that corner, so then I know that the butterflies are always going to hit on the same place of the cardstock. Oh, Glenda, thank you. Yeah, you always have to watch my videos, and then when my COVID foggy brain hits, you can just fill in the blank for me. Thank you. Okay. Hello, Faye. I'm just getting started here with this multicolor heat embossing. Okay, so there's the first layer, and that's, you can see a little bit of the pink, polished pink, and a little bit of the Blackberry Bliss, but now we want to get the embossing part of it. And so I need to grab my My chamois. Hang on. Got to grab the chamois. It's just over here. Now I want to make sure I get most of the ink off of this because I'm going to be using Versamark on it next. There we go. Okay. This chamois is pretty wet. I might have to just give it a couple seconds to dry. Couple seconds for the rubber to dry. Yeah, need to have a fan going because I don't want the paper to get too wet. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's what I can do with this hinged plate. I can, there, get it drying a little bit. Okay, how wet is it? Not too bad. All right, so we used to have these embossing buddies, and they're just little fabric pouches that are filled with powder. And some of the ladies that I was presenting to on Saturday said what you can do, because we don't sell these anymore, is you could use talcum powder or cornstarch and put it into like a nylon stocking, and you could apply like a powder that way. And just with that layer of powder, it helps so that when you pour embossing powder on it, which is really, really tiny little bits of powder, that they will slide off nicely and they won't want to stick to the paper where, say, maybe your hands have touched it. They just help it to slide off well. Except the powder are going to stick where this sticky Versamark ink will be. So this is our second layer. This is going to be stamped right over top of the ink layers. And just making sure I've got lots. I want to make sure it's really sticky. And going back to my, is it lined up in the corner? The corner lineup is really important because then I know that these butterflies will match up with the first set of butterflies. When we did our demonstrator presentations, techniques on Saturday, there were lots and lots of different techniques. I think at least 5 of us, maybe 4 or 5 of us used the Stamparatus for our techniques. And I know some people wonder, why would I need a Stamparatus? And well, here's one of the techniques, but there were a bunch of them that it really came in handy for. So it's a good thing to keep in mind to have in your collection of tools. Okay, so, great. So that's nice and sticky with Versamark now. And I'm done with the stamp, so I'm going to set this off to the side. And I'm going to pull in some embossing powder. I've got clear and I've got gold. And I'm going to use the clear embossing powder first. It's kind of like I said before with the light and dark inks. I'm going to use the clear because if clear embossing powder happens to shake into the gold, it's not as big of a deal, but I don't want to shake gold powder into the clear. So I'm going to start with the clear first. And so I'm not going to put clear over all of the butterflies. I'm just going to put it over parts of the butterflies. It's going to be a little bit random, but it's going to be where I want some of the colors to show through. Because it's clear, those colors will pop out from behind the clear powder. And I'm going to try and get it where I've got some of the purple too. Okay. Purples and pinks. There, there, there. Okay, now I'm going to invert this, and I'm going to try to do this quickly because I don't want the clear powder to stick to everywhere, just mainly where I sprinkled with the spoon. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I guess it's clear, so it's not going to be too obvious that I got a little bit extra powder there. My finger is making it stick, I think. Okay, done with that one. Now we're going to go back to, or not back, we're going to go to the gold powder. And this is going to seem like kind of strange, but we've really kind of flicked off the excess of the clear powder. And now I'm going to take and I'm going to cover the entire butterfly with gold. So where there is clear powder there, the gold won't be able to stick because the clear will be in the way. But where I didn't have clear powder, it's still sticky. So you can see in these darker spots there, that's where the gold is sticking and it's filling in some of those empty spots, or not empty spots, but non-powdered spots. So I'm going to do each butterfly with a layer of gold. And that's how we're going to get our multi-color happening. I think some people call this rainbow embossing too. Has anybody else done this before? Just curious if any of you have played with this technique. I did it quite a few years back, and it's been a while since I had done it, but it's lots of fun. It's kind of like an experiment every time because you never know, until you're done exactly how it's going to turn out. Kind of, like the baby wipe technique and all of those things. Okie doke. Now we are ready to heat this up. And it's going to look a little bit more interesting once these powders melt, and the clear powder will make the color really intense and the gold powder will get really shiny. So I'm just looking to see if anybody has done this technique before, and maybe it's been a while since you've done it, or maybe it's brand new to you. Okay, so some of that color is starting to get really intense. That means the clear is melting. And there's the gold, and it's melting. Yay! Starting to come together here. It's been quite a while for you, Brenda. Okay, yeah. Well, I think you might even have this, or do you have this stamp set? I can't remember. You might have it. It works really well with this one. I'm pretty sure there are other stamp sets that some of you would have on hand that it would work well with too. And you might want to go back and take a look in your collection and see if you've got like sort of a big detailed stamp that would be fun doing in different colors. The butterflies are perfect. Flowers would be pretty nice too. Okay. Now this is getting hot. You might notice that I'm not setting my paper down. I find when I set my paper down and heat it right close to the table, that it gets built up with heat behind the image, and then I find that the image starts to melt and gets a little bit more distorted. So if I hold it up and let the heat pass through the paper, I tend to retain a little bit more of the details in the design. Okay. Oh, there. Yeah, if I hold it sideways, I can see if it's all shiny or if any areas are powdery. It's doing the shine test, and I think we got it. Okay. So As I mentioned, this was a quarter sheet of the white cardstock, and this is bigger than what I needed for my project. But I did that because it was really hard. Like when you're using the Stamparatus, you can't make the butterflies go over any further here. So what I did for my project was I cut a little bit of this off here so that instead of being 4 1/4 wide, it is 3 7/8, so almost 4 inches wide. And then I cut a little bit off the top so that instead of being 5 1/2 tall, it's almost 5 1/4 tall, or you might want to say 5 1/8 tall. So then when you cut that little bit off of those two edges, it looks like that, and it looks like, you know, the butterflies are going everywhere, and there's not that blank line down the side of the paper. So Faye says, I haven't seen it, but we'll be doing it. Oh, great. Okay. Oh, Debbie, the Daisy Garden stamp. Yes, that new Daisy Garden would work really well too. Yes, that would be fun. Yeah. So as I said, yeah, every time you do it, it'll be a little bit different. Maybe some will have more gold and some will have, you know, different colors. And then to put the card together, this is how I did it for the event on Saturday. But yeah, you may have other ways of using a beautiful multicolored stamp. It's just really simple what I did with the card here, because I figured there was just so much happening with the butterflies. They didn't really need much else to compete with on the front of the card. So yeah, I finished it off very simply. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I got to stretch to reach my paper trimmer. There we go. So for the base, I've just got some blackberry, and I adhered my embossed piece onto the 5 1/4 by 4 inch of the polished pink. Okay, let's make sure I'm using the, there we go, I got the right one. Yep. Except that I got the right blade, but I scored it in the wrong place, so I should be scoring at, wait a second, 4, and I scored it at 4, and it was supposed to be at 4 1/4. That's what I did wrong. Okay, pretty close. What do they say? Close only counts in horseshoes or something like that. There we go. So then I layered these just flat like that. Oh my goodness, look at that polished pink. When you hold it against the blackberry bliss, it just pops. The polished pink is almost, it reminds me of the color of this little Tombow glue holder too. It's almost fluorescent. It's pretty amazing color. Glenda says, I don't have the butterflies, but I just received the Daisy Garden background stamp. Oh, there you go, Glenda. Yeah. Well, and there was at least one other gal on the Saturday event that used the Daisy Garden in her demonstration too. So it's beautiful. Yeah, that Daisy Garden is just lovely. Horseshoes and hand grenades. Okay. Thanks, Elaine. There we go. Okay. Now, got an inch piece of the Blackberry Bliss and 3/4 of an inch piece of the basic white. And I'm just going to stamp thanks with the Blackberry Bliss. And hopefully it'll be kind of sort of straight. Oh, I probably could have put my my foam pad underneath, because this is a photopolymer stamp, but that had a really good contact and turned out very crisp. So the thanks is from this stamp set called Ornate Thanks. And it's just a nice sized thanks that, like I said, I didn't want to overwhelm the butterflies because I think they should be the star of the card. And I'm just going to add that layer of a greeting. This is a brand new bottle of Tombow, the Mono Multi Glue, and I'm trying to get it to come out just a little bit because I'm working with this white cardstock and it's a little bit thinner. Okay, you can do that. Yeah. Then I get it coming and I like whoosh, comes out too much. I love a fresh glue bottle, but sometimes it's a little too fresh and it wants to come flying out. Okay. There we go. Now, working with this Blackberry Bliss and the black background doesn't always work so well to show up the details. There we go. Got the glue coming out a little bit more gently. And finally, to finish off the card, I think you could just make a card just like that because, like I said, the butterflies are so beautiful. And you want those to be the star of the card. But the one thing I did for my card on Saturday, which added a little bit extra touch of interest, was I used a loose flower from the Loose Flower Flourishes. And they are just loose flowers. There's no adhesive backing or anything on them, but there's some big flowers and some little flowers. And I took one of the polished pink bigger flowers. And I think, I'm trying to remember, I think I just glue dotted it on. I guess you could use the liquid glue too. You just need to have more time to let it set and dry. So we'll do the quicker picker-upper. There we go. Just fold over that glue dot a little bit and stick it down. And then I've got some of these metallic pearls. Elaine, that's just what you had dropped off into your mailbox today. There's silver and there's gold in each package. And in this package, I only happen to have gold left. But yeah, the full package has both. And so because there's gold embossing powder, I thought, well, I can sprinkle a few gold pearls in and around the butterflies. So sprinkle, sprinkle, and oops, sprinkle. And then I'm going to put one more gold pearl in the center of my flower because they fit really nicely in there. But I want to make sure that it's not going to go anywhere. So I'm going to put a little bit of this glue there to help keep it in place. They kind of a extra insurance. Yes, they are dainty, aren't they, Elaine? Yes, very dainty pearls. Not big and over. And I think maybe that's why they work with the butterflies, is because if I use like big sequins or even maybe the gilded gems, I mean, the gilded gems are gold too, but they might be just a little too heavy because there's so much going on with the embossed, the rainbow embossing or the multicolor embossing. So, okay, so that was the card that I showed the gals on Saturday for our demonstrator event. And yeah, lots of fun to make and to play with the different colors. But for those of you who have time to stick with me for just a few more minutes, I thought I would try this same technique, but I'm going to try with different color schemes, slightly different, not totally different colors, but just two that I've got close by that I think might look interesting together. So I'm going to grab the stamp apparatus one more time and my cleaner, because the last time I used it, it did have some of the Versamark on it. The Versamark I don't think will hurt the ink pads too much, but I'll just take off a little bit of it. And I'll just show you another color scheme. You can see what you think. You see if you like this color scheme as much as the other one or better than. And again, I'm sticking with the pinks and the purples, but it would look beautiful with blues and the oranges and the yellows. So this is another one of our 2021, 2023 in colors that just started. It's Fresh Freesia. And so I'm going to use this one for my light color this time. And ink it all up. And oh, this is nice and juicy. I don't think I have to worry about not getting ink on the butterflies. There we go. And I guess I could go Blackberry Bliss because they're a really nice light tone, dark tone match together. Gee. Oh, now decisions. Because I was thinking of actually doing the polished pink as my dark color. Oh. Okay, I might need your help, guys. So, what should I put with the Fresh Freesia? We'll do a quick tally here. Should I do BB is Blackberry Bliss or PP is Polished Pink? And then whatever we get for a choice, I will go for. So Fresh Freesia is the base, and I want to either add Polished Pink, PP, or BB. So what have we got here? So we've got one for Blackberry, and let's see if we've got any other votes coming in. Maybe it's just going to be Blackberry. Oh, we've got two for Blackberry. There's always this delay, so it takes a few minutes to see. 3 for Blackberry. I think it's going to be Blackberry. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, and somebody else can try the Polished Pink. We'll go back with the Blackberry. And so just add a little bit there into the wings there. Oops. Oh my goodness. That kind of went like in a straight line there. I don't know if I really wanted a straight line, but that's okay because depending on how the embossing powder falls on it, it might not look. You know what? Let's get out this sponge dauber. There. Now it won't look so straight like the edge of the ink pad would. There we go. I can get rid of some of those straight lines. The neat thing too, yeah, you could do more control, like where there's little, they're like little circles. These little things, they're like extra little eyes on the butterflies. You could go in and add the darker color there if you want to. I'm just trying to kind of be more random, but lots of things that you could try. Okay, so I think that's probably good. I think I've got Blackberry Bliss is so dark that I think it's going to work just fine with the sponge dauber. And now that Fresh Freesia has been sitting there for a while, and I don't want it to be dried up, so I'm just going to lift this up and do a little huff over. Here we go. I'm huffing. I'm probably getting fog showing up on the clear plate. Okay, that's in its spot. Don't move. You're in there, ready to go, doing the 2-corner lineup. And see what this combo looks like. And I will add the gold embossing powder too. It might be pretty with silver. That might be an option too. You know, maybe since we're being different, maybe I think I can reach my silver from here. Maybe we'll make it so you can see what it looks like with that. And if you used copper, like with the oranges and the yellows, like the burnt oranges and whatnot, that would be beautiful too. All right. Oh, that's very pretty. I love that. Like light, dark combo. Really, really nice. Okay. Now, this technique really gives your Stampin' Chamois a workout. Okay, and make sure I get that blackberry out of there. Mind you, my Versamark ink pad is so dirty that, you know, I don't know if I could make it any worse than it already is. But there we go. Guess I'll do my best to maintain it. There. Can you hear my chamois going squeak, squeak, squeak on the rubber? There we go. Yeah, I think that's got it good enough. So yeah, it's a good thing to keep in mind that if your Versamark is yucky and dirty, it still works, even though it doesn't look very nice. You just keep adding ink to it. And at some point, if you do find that the foam starts to come off in chunks, then it's probably time to replace it. But as long as it's, I'll get this rubber dry. As long as it's still applying the ink, it should keep working for you. There. Oh, this is exciting because already I'm looking at the 2 different color schemes and like, yeah, just changing that one color is making quite a difference. Okay, so here we go. Now we're really gooping it up here with the Versamark. There. And double check to make sure we're in the corner, tight and nice. Excellent, ready to go. Okay, so here's the clear butterflies. Or the clear ink, the layer of clear ink on the butterflies. The little butterflies aren't clear, they're already pink and purple. Okay, and good stuff. And I can lay this back down because I've got that grid sheet in there. Now, just going to reach to get my silver. I think I got it. Yep. Here we go. Oh, wait. Not silver yet. We need the clear first. Because it's once we shake the clear off, I don't worry, like I said, so much about getting to the clear powder and the silver, but I don't want to get silver in the clear. So we'll start with this one. And yes, this is generally how I store my embossing powders because they're handy for classes. I just usually keep the container in there and add more when I need to, and then have a little spoon. But everybody has their ways of organizing things like that. Maybe I'll just don't need to do every butterfly all at once, or all of them all at once. Okay. Oh, wow. Really loving this combination with the freesia and the blackberry. Okay, got most of that powder tapped off. Forgot to use the embossing buddy this time. So I may end up with the odd fleck of embossing powder. The clear really won't show up. It will be the silver that. So now I want to cover it all because it's kind of hard to tell where the clear embossing powder is and is not. And there might be little places in there that were missed. So just going to cover the whole thing and it will stick where it can. Surprising how much gets shook off. These little things of embossing powder last a long time. Oop! Better not forget to do the, what are those called? The antenna of the butterflies. Now see, I should be able to just roll this, well, maybe not. Roll this down and shake it onto the other butterflies. It's not going to get those edges. There we go. Okie doke. Now, oh, this is going to be fun. I'm really looking for, and I think the silver is going to look pretty neat with Blackberry Bliss. Okay, so noisy for just a moment, and the moment of truth. Oh, this is fun. Oh, I'm glad you guys suggested this color combination. And with the silver, it's looking pretty nice. Alrighty. Getting there. Trying not to burn my fingers. Now, somebody said on our event on Saturday that inside these heat tools there's a filament. And you can move the heat tool around, but you don't want to shake it so hard that you break the filament. I did not know that there was a filament in them. So yeah, you can move your heat tool gently, but you don't want to shake it really roughly, apparently. Now, I've never had a heat tool with a broken filament, but I don't need to probably start getting one either. I don't think I want to shake it hard and find out. So just thought I'd pass that little tidbit on that, like I said, I just learned this past weekend. Oh my goodness. This is fantastic. Now again, it's always, in real life, it always looks more stunning, but when I hold it sideways like this, I hope you can kind of see how the silver shines and how it really, it blends so nicely with the purples. That's a really nice combination. So there are the two. So just to remind you again, this was polished pink with blackberry and gold embossing powder. And this one's fresh freesia with blackberry and silver embossing powder. And I won't make another card with this one right now. I don't have enough supplies nearby to finish this off in a card, but here's the other card that I finished off earlier for you. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this fun playing around with the embossing powders as much as I did, because yeah, it's just a really fun technique to do. And yeah, start looking at your stamp sets and see what you've got there that might work for something like this. And if you do try this technique, please share with me your color combination and what you came up with. I'd love to see it. Just a reminder, now that I finish up the video, for anybody who's in the Moose Jaw area, if there's something that you were looking at on the last chance list that you want to add on to my order, I'm going to be placing that here in just a moment. And also anybody, if you've picked out like one of the kits collection, if there was a kit that you really wanted to have, I could add that on too. So. Oh, thanks so much, Glenda and Faye. I appreciate all of you for tuning in and watching today. I know some of you, like Brenda, or Glenda, you've already seen this, but yeah, it was fun to do it again and to try a new color combination. And so, yeah, thanks again, and have a great rest of the week, everyone. Enjoy the beautiful weather, and we'll talk to you another day. Bye for now.